Welcome to This Explainer. You know, everywhere you look online right now, you hear the exact same rumor. The golden age of blogging is over, or AI has totally wiped out the need for human-run websites. Well, today, we're diving into some incredibly fascinating source material that challenges that narrative head-on. We're looking at a 2026 blueprint that proves digital real estate is still booming. So let's unpack exactly how these modern digital strategies are actually working. $46.86. Now, that might not sound like a life-changing amount until you realize, according to the source data, that is a real single-day earnings figure, and it was achieved with just 21,000 page impressions and an effective cost per thousand impressions, or ECPM, of $2.19. Honestly, this completely shatters the myth that blogging is dead. The reality, it is very much alive, highly profitable, and quietly generating massive passive income for the people who actually know how to adapt. Okay, let's dive straight into this blueprint. We're going to cover blogging in the AI era, high CPC niches, domain and hosting setup, AI content creation, driving social traffic, and finally, monetization. Let's get to it. Starting right off with Section 1, blogging in the AI era. We really just need to address the elephant in the room right away. Ever since tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Grok hit the scene, people have been panicking, thinking, why would anyone read a blog when they can just ask a chatbot? But here is the absolute crucial distinction from our source material. AI isn't your replacement. It's your ultimate free assistant. The creators making real money right now, they aren't trying to compete with AI. They're leveraging it. They use these incredible tools to do all the heavy lifting, the tedious research, the brainstorming, the outlining. So no, AI didn't destroy blogging. It literally just supercharged the production pipeline for anyone smart enough to use it. That brings us to Section 2, high CPC niches. Because before you even think about building a website, you have to pick a profitable lane. And this brilliantly illustrates why your niche matters so much. In the digital ad world, traffic is definitely not created equal. Just look at this Indian market data. In the insurance niche, one single click on an ad can earn you anywhere from 150 to 300 rupees. Finance and loans, those are pulling in 60 to 200 rupees per click. Categories like home loans or startup funding attract advertisers with massive budgets. So hitting one of these high cost per click, or CPC niches, is absolutely step one. All right, moving on to Section 3, domain and hosting setup. Now that we know where the money is, we need to actually build our digital real estate. And it all starts with a domain name. Think of this as simply your unique address on the internet, like TechCrunch.com. If you just go out and buy a domain by itself, you're usually looking at around 1,000 to 1,200 rupees a year. But hold on a second, because we're going to look at a strategic little workaround to get that domain name completely for free. Because to run a site, you also need hosting. And this contrast is pretty wild. The source compared two major WordPress recommended providers for a standard one-year plan. Bluehost is sitting at over 5,500 rupees. Hostinger, on the other hand, comes in just over 3,100. By going with Hostinger, you're instantly saving over 2,000 rupees. Plus, and this is the best part, their one-year plan actually throws in that domain name we just talked about for absolutely free. So here is your rapid-fire setup sequence. First, punch in a discount code like hosting10 at checkout. That drops your final price to roughly 2790 rupees. Second, log in and claim that free domain. Third, hit the auto-install button for WordPress right there in your dashboard. And finally, once you're in, you just add the super fast GeneratePress theme and the Rank Math plugin for your SEO. And just like that, your digital real estate is completely set up. Now for the fun stuff. Section 4, AI-powered content creation. You've got a great-looking site, but it's totally empty. This is where we put our AI assistants to work. So the absolutely crucial point here is keeping your workflows safe. First off, stop guessing what people want to read. Go to a platform like Quora, search your niche, and find the real, burning questions people are actually asking. Then, you feed those questions into an AI like Gemini to generate a flawless layout. But pay close attention to that last point. You have to write the final text manually. If your goal is to get approved by premium ad networks, you absolutely cannot just copy and paste AI text. It needs your human touch. And to get that perfect layout from your AI, the source shared this highly effective prompt. You literally just tell Gemini, create complete blog post content, headings, and keywords on topic, and drop your specific question right in there. In seconds, Gemini will spit out a brilliant skeleton for your post, complete with a hook, core questions, and even comparison tables. Then you just step in and flush it out.
You'll also need visual assets, right? Every good post needs a feature image. Here is a super smart free workflow for that. Step 1, prompt your AI to generate a 1200 by 628 pixel image. But beware, AI images are massive files that will totally tank your site's loading speed. So, step 2, drop that image into Canva, export it as a JPEG, and compress it from megabytes down to just a few kilobytes. Step 3, upload it to WordPress and make sure to add descriptive alt text to give yourself a nice little SEO boost.
Of course, a perfectly written blog is useless if literally no one is reading it. Let's look at section 5, driving traffic via social. We aren't just sitting around crossing our fingers hoping Google notices us. The source revealed a fascinating funnel strategy here. You use AI to generate highly shareable, viral reels and shorts on Facebook or Instagram. Think broad, fun categories like entertainment, glamour, or spiritual content. These can easily pull in millions of views. Once you have that massive audience's attention, you strategically siphon them off. You place your high-paying blog links directly in your social bios and pin them in the comment sections of your viral videos. It's brilliant.
Which finally brings us to the climax of this explainer. Section 6, monetizing your blog. This is where all those clicks actually turn into the dashboard earnings we talked about earlier.
You've basically got two options here. If you want instant gratification, alternative networks like Adstara offer a literal 5-second approval process. You can start earning pennies on day one. But the real endgame is Google AdSense, or AdX. Those are the high-paying premium networks. But to get in, you have to play by their rules. Your site needs ad-friendly, manually written content, and critically, you need to have 0 affiliate links or other ad networks running while you wait for their approval. But let's be real for a second and set some expectations. 3 to 4. That is the number of months of consistent, focused effort it takes to see real, life-changing traffic and income. This is not some magical get-rich-quick scheme, guys. It's a real digital business model. It takes a few months to build authority, get traction on your social pages, and watch those clicks start compounding. So I want to leave you with a question to really think about. You've seen the blueprint. The tools to do this have literally never been cheaper or more powerful. So what's it going to be? Are you going to let the AI era be your excuse for why it's too late? Or will you use it as your ultimate tool to start building your own digital asset today? The choice is totally yours. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep learning.